Aristotle, Life, Work and Thought. 1. Life of Aristotle, 384 BC, 322 BC. Aristotle, Greek, roi otis sigmatalmacrontalamdata, was one of the greatest philosophers of the ancient world, having a profound influence on Western philosophy, science, and thought. Birth and education. Aristotle was born in 384 BC in Stagira, a city-state in Macedonia, now Greece. His father, Nicomachus, was a famous physician in the court of King Amyntas III of Macedonia. This gave Aristotle early exposure to medical knowledge and natural science. At the age of 17, Aristotle went to Athens and studied at Plato's academy. He quickly became an excellent student and remained at the academy for about 20 years. Post-Plato period. After Plato's death, 347 BC, Aristotle did not succeed to the leadership of the academy and left Athens. He went to Assos in Mytilene, where he taught and studied biology and philosophy. Teaching Alexander the Great, 343 to 335 BC. In 343 BC, King Philip II of Macedon invited Aristotle to tutor his son, Prince Alexander, later Alexander the Great. For about 7 years, Aristotle taught the prince about philosophy, politics, science, and the art of governing. This relationship gave Aristotle a high position in the Macedonian court. Founding of the Lyceum and the end of his life. In 335 BC, Aristotle returned to Athens and founded the Lyceum Lyceum. This was a major center of study where he and his students studied many fields such as logic, biology, politics, and aesthetics. After Alexander the Great's death in 323 BC, Athens became unstable. Because of his Macedonian connections, Aristotle was suspected of treason and forced to leave Athens. He died in 322 BC in Euboea due to illness. 2. Career and important contributions. Aristotle had a profound influence on many fields, especially philosophy, natural science, and politics. He is considered the father of logic and the founder of Western science. A. Logic. Aristotle was the first to systematize logic as a science. He developed syllogism, in which a conclusion is drawn from two premises. He laid the foundation for formal logic, a system used in later philosophy and mathematics. B. Metaphysics. Aristotle distinguished between actuality and potentiality, explaining the development and change of all things. He proposed the concept of four causes, the four causes. Material cause, the material that makes up an object. Formal cause, the shape or nature of an object. Efficient cause, the agent that changes an object. Final cause, the purpose or reason for the existence of an object. C. Political philosophy and ethics. In his work, Politics, Aristotle examines the forms of government and evaluates them based on justice and the common good. He proposes a mixed political system, combining elements of democracy and aristocracy. In his work, Nicomachean Ethics, he emphasizes the concept of happiness, eudaimonia, considering it the ultimate goal of human life. According to him, happiness is achieved through the virtue of the golden mean, a balanced way of life between excess and deprivation. D. Natural science and biology. Aristotle was the first to systematize the study of biology. He observed and classified more than 500 species of animals, laying the foundation for later biological classification. He believed that all living things had a fixed form, leading to the misconception of species immutability, later rejected by Darwin. E. Art and aesthetics. In his work, Poetics, Aristotle studied Greek tragedy. He believed that a good tragedy needed catharsis, helping the audience to release their emotions through watching the tragedy. He also analyzed the structure of a play, emphasizing the importance of plot, character, and ideology. 3. Aristotle's philosophical thoughts and influence. A. Thoughts on knowledge and methodology. Aristotle rejected Plato's extreme idealism, instead emphasizing practical experience and scientific observation. He believed that knowledge came from experience, and that all things could be understood through the study of their causes. B. Political thought. Aristotle considered humans to be political animals, zoon politikan, meaning that humans could only fully develop when living in a political community. He did not advocate pure democracy, but proposed a moderate political system where there was a combination of popular power and elite leadership. C. Influence on science and philosophy. Aristotle's thoughts dominated Western philosophy throughout the Middle Ages and had a strong influence on Christian theology. His theories in logic, biology, and physics laid the foundations for modern science, although some of his views were later superseded by new scientific discoveries. Conclusion. Aristotle was not only a philosopher but also a great scientist, a political scientist, and a great educator. His thoughts have had a profound influence on Western philosophy, from ancient times to the present day. His works on logic, ethics, politics, and natural science continue to be studied and debated, a testament to his greatness and longevity in the history of human thought.